Started off this workout with some planche based training. Obviously the planche places a lot of demand on your elbows and your triceps, basically tendons in general. So yeah, it's always good to warm up with some press ups with a slight lean before you do your planche training. And the reason why I'm starting to train the planche actually is because my protraction has significantly improved since I started calisthenics. So here I think I'm just doing, so just some advanced tuck and then actually going to a single leg planche hold with the green band, which is the heaviest band. But yeah, we all start somewhere. So advanced tuck hold, and then so my tuck hold is quite good already without the band or anything like that. So I just wanted to work in the advanced tuck with the band just to get a feel for what it's like to open my legs out, as in to bring them behind my elbows, and open my hips out. Sorry, not my legs. So open up my hips and bring my legs further out. Because as you bring your legs further back, the planche gets significantly harder. So it's always a good idea. And here's a single leg, which I'm proud of. Single leg, green band planche. So eventually I'll just go to a full planche with both legs. And the single leg will be my back down sets. At the moment, the advanced tuck, as you can see here, is my back down. But yeah, that's it. The future is basically what I'm looking forward to. So I know like right now I might only be doing an advanced tuck with the heaviest band, but I am pretty sure that in the future I'll be doing the full planche, or at least single leg full planche and then full planche with the band. And once I do the full planche with the band for a lot of sets, it's just a case of using a lighter band. And as I use a lighter band, eventually just doing it in my body weight. But ultimately, my end goal, if I must be honest, is to start from a tuck and bring my legs out into a full planche. That way, I know that I have a lot of pressing power and pushing power, because to bring your legs, from a tuck planche to a full planche requires a lot of arm power and force that has to be produced into the ground. So yeah, I will know that I'm strong when I can do that, because I think the full planche is already, it's definitely an impressive feat of strength, but the full planche is, I think, you can get into it with various different entrances, but I think if you can go from a tuck to a full planche, then yeah, pretty much any entrance is going to be easy compared to that one. So that's really my goal. Here, again, I just tried the single leg variation. This is my first ever planche training session. So I'm not really fussed about what level I'm at. I'm just trying to do the most advanced holds for probably 3 to 5 seconds, just getting a feel for the movement. I've done tuck planche before, but it was nothing really serious like this, where I'm actually doing a lot of reps and sets, like volume work. The majority of my planche training, or just planche experience to this point in time to now, is just experimenting with the tuck planche and trying to find out how much of an advanced tuck I can hold. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to seeing where I will be. Eventually I got rid of the band and just started doing planche leans, as you can see here, because obviously you don't want your body to get adjusted too much to the band. At the end of the day, it is a bodyweight skill that you're trying to learn. So yeah, just try not to make that mistake of continuously using the band over and over and over and getting used to it. So yeah, but that was the planche training. Didn't stop there though. In terms of my shoulders, my shoulders did not have a rest day today. They had a hard day. This is just some bent arm press attempts to handstand after that straight arm work. So I don't know if my shoulders were fatigued or not. They should have been, because the planche is quite hard. But I think this is a different element of shoulder strength, because it's bent arm stuff, so your triceps getting used as well a lot more. But in general, really went hard on the shoulders today. If you watch the full episode, you'll see that, because not only did I do the planche leans and planche training, which actually was the first time ever, I've actually gone straight from that into the bent arm press to handstand. Here I managed to press up all the way into the handstand, but because I'm 6'2", my long legs actually took me out of it. So yeah, that's the thing as well. If you're tall, calisthenics is going to take a bit longer to master, but um, I think you can definitely do it. Just be positive and you will get there eventually. Couldn't press out on that one. Um, and then here, I think I managed to press out very slowly, but eventually I got there all the way. Yeah. And actually held it. I was actually gonna go into a negative handstand press up here, but that planche training took a lot of shoulder strength out of me, and I think in general my shoulders were fatigued on this day, um, a little bit from the press to handstands that I was doing a few days ago. So yeah, I wasn't really happy. As you can see, I'm quite angry. I was a bit disappointed with that one. I think sometimes when you're training calisthenics, you can expect something of yourself, and then when it doesn't happen and it goes the other way, then it can get quite frustrating. So you definitely need to have like a patient approach. For example, that bent arm press to handstand was a complete fail, and usually I'm able to do it. I thought about kicking up to handstand there, but then I just said let me continue and stick with the plan of training bent arm. So yeah, can't really press on this day. I'm not sure why. Um, I'm pretty sure it's just because the planche training as well. I never trained planche before, so I don't know what it's like in terms of how much it takes out of you. I was just excited to train it, so I wasn't really thinking about am I fatigued or not. I was just excited to train it. So yeah, moved on to some pike press ups here. With a slight bend in my legs because I actually didn't want to let my legs start to float. The thing is, when you do pike press ups, if your legs are completely straight, they're more likely to float and come off the ground and get you into a full handstand. So I'm putting a slight bend in my legs at the knees just to make sure that I don't float on. But yeah, here's actually I did wanna try to um, press into the handstand, and then I think I just went straight into the pike press ups again. It's like a drop set, so you go from the hardest exercise into an easier exercise. That's a good way to fatigue the muscle or the shoulder. And if you can already press to handstand with a bent arm, then do like handstand press ups and then go straight into pike press ups. That's a really good way to reach the failure of the muscle by doing a harder variation and then going into an easier one straight away. So for anyone who doesn't know, that's a drop set, and that's what you can use to save time in the gym and get the muscle fatigue even quicker. So yeah, pike press ups are no joke, to be honest. I found them to be highly beneficial, a lot longer than I thought they would have been. But yeah, so now I'm working the opposite direction. So now handstand press up negatives. So I already worked the bottom half of it, and now I'm going to work the top half of it. Um, so from top to bottom, sorry. So I worked from bottom up, and now I'm working from top to bottom. So I'm just doing about 3 handstand press up negatives per set. Um, I actually can do the handstand press up, but I think doing a negative very slowly, I don't know. To me, it's very beneficial because you learn about coordination and you get a better understanding of your body, and you actually build strength because the most muscle breakdown takes place on the negative of every movement. So if you can do it slowly on the way down and still get the reps on the way up, you're going to be much stronger than somebody who can just go up and down, up and down. So basically, there's a thing called the stretch reflex. So the stretch reflex basically means the short little momentum that you can use that takes place at the bottom because of the muscle stretching. So in the handstand press up, for example, when I'm at the bottom, my shoulders are stretching, so that stretch can be used. I can bounce back up. So by doing it slow on the way down and then trying to push back up, you take that stretch reflex out of it, and you're actually using more strength to push up instead of momentum. And that's another thing with my training. I try to be very strict. Any movement that I feel like is getting too easy, what I do is I basically just slow down the negative. And when you slow down the negative, you'll realize that you're really a beginner, or like you're really not that good as how much you thought you were, because slowing down the movement really makes it a lot tougher. And if you can do it with a slowed negative, then yeah, you can say that you mastered it. But here I just moved into some handstands, and then um, yeah, that was kind of a bad fall. Kind of hurt my finger there. I had to brush it off, stay positive, because yeah, I think I could have hurt myself on that fall. But yeah, towards the end, I just started getting fatigued. You know, the planche. the pike press ups, the bent arm press handstand. It all kind of just started building up, and my wrist started hurting a bit. So yeah, my handstand press up negatives weren't as impressive as at the start. I'm doing them. As you can see, my legs are kind of flowing around everywhere. And also, I'm actually just working the handstand at this point. So quite fatigued. But then again, that's what's necessary. If you wanna change, you have to challenge yourself. So yeah, at this point, just holding the handstand. And yeah, working on that. In general, I'm quite happy with this session. Done a lot of shoulder work, and in general improved on my mastery on my body weight, because the Planche training is starting to incorporate those static skills and horizontal abilities. If you can hold your body in a front lever, for example, which is the pulling equivalent of the Planche, then you're one step closer to mastering your body weight. So definitely interested in improving my horizontal hold, so Planche, front lever, back lever, anything where my body is being held horizontally. So yeah, just ended it with this kind of handstand hold, and that's it for this episode. Subscribe.